Alright, so I'm gonna continue on the little project CB7. It's 91 Accord. And I'm going to fix this rust right here. I'm gonna fix the whole rust actually. And then I'm fiberglass some of the trunk, like with the deep pocket areas. I'm gonna just fill that up so that if water does get in here, it could go straight to the holes. Same way I did the front. Also, I will be cutting this thing off. It does nothing for me. I don't use it. And then I will be hitting it with the Raptor liner, the whole entire thing, all the way from the front all the way back here. It has rained and this has worked pretty well. I've noticed that some water comes in through here, so I will protect that more. Like I will hit it with a few extra coats. Same thing with the other side. I've seen that there's some water that comes in through the side. I don't know why, but it comes in through up here, somewhere in here. So I gotta check that out. I just noticed that there's some rust back here, so I will be taking this off and taking care of all that before I hit everything with the Raptor liner. Now, what I will be doing is I will be taking this bumper off. I'll take the rear bumper off because I want to see how much damage is on this side over here. That you can see is pretty extensive. But as I said in previous videos, I'm not worried about that for the simple reason that I will be making this into a wide body. So I will be bringing this entire side out about 2 inches, probably about this much. So everything, all this will be getting cut off all the way from here on, maybe from this line on will be getting cut off. So I'm not worried about that. But what I am worried about is the frame itself. So in order to do this piece, I'll most likely cut this because I usually never have this jack on my car. I usually use the stronger, bigger one. I usually always have it on my car. So this bracket to hold that jack does nothing for me. So I will be cutting it off and I will be using this to weld that. I figured the shape of it will be pretty good to use as reinforcement in this area right here. So yeah, so what I'm gonna do now, in order to remove the rear bumper, just like the front one, you have to remove the main screws. They're right here, one here and one there. So we're gonna take these off. I'll take this off. Once those are off, you have to remove the clips from the side. And as you can see, this one is more or less broken off. So we're gonna remove the clip from the other side, which I think you need a Phillips screwdriver to do that, because they got like little brackets. So take off the bracket right here in order to remove it. Let's see. Well, yeah. this one. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take off this one as well, because it seems like it's screwed onto the mud guard. That seems to be pretty stuck in there. Now make sure you put those screws somewhere you don't wanna, well, my car's not moving, but you don't wanna move the car and pop a tire or something. Usually I find that's a spot. That's it. So now that both the fenders is off, you pull this back. Come on. I need 2 hands for this. Nothing holding it on. Let me check. Hold on. All right. So this is not a screw. It's just a cover for the screw. It seems a little weird that a screw is holding that thing up. So if you look, that's the nut they have to take off. Now it's real rusty, so I just hit it with some WD-40, and now I use this to pop it out. So I'm gonna do the same thing to the other side. Hopefully the other side is not as rusty, and then I'll hit it with a 12mm to take off that nut. All right. Now this thing was so rusty. Look, it just broke off, and the other side, it's so bad, it doesn't even have a nut. I don't know what it got. But if you guys see it, it's not even a nut. It's just rust. So I will try to break that one as well. And man, sand that down and paint it nice so that that piece itself doesn't get all messed up. But we'll get to that. For now, I just take the bumper off. That's just the frame for the bumper. I could always buy one used at the junkyard for like 20-30 bucks, so it's not that big of a deal. All right, so I finally took it off. It's a bit of a struggle. I had to force this out. As you can see, what's left of what used to be a nut. If you compare side to side, the size difference. Basically, I beat up the washer, cut it all the way in the middle down here. Then I just beat this little thing out by force. Like I said, I'll buy a new rear bumper support frame. It's not that expensive in the junkyard. Or I could always make a hole here, make the hole there, and just put my own screw with my own washer and my own nut. Like I said, this one broke. So this is where we at. As you can see, it broke off. Come over here and look at it. It looks horrible right here. So this is what I'll be fixing right here. All this I'm gonna sand down nice. This is for the clips for the bumper to go into, which I'm not going to rebuild. So I will have to figure out something to hold the bumper up. Once I do it, if you take a look at the other side, it's just as bad. Usually these cars, they go bad back here. I don't know why. I don't know if it's the mud guard or what. But this is only attached to a mud guard. And there's a little bit of metal right there, which, like I said, I'm gonna sand all this down and treat it. Hopefully that will work. Now, when I do my custom body kit, I will figure out how to attach it so that it stays up, probably with some brackets, some screws, some nuts, whatnot. So we gonna get to sanding now. Try to get all that metal out of the way. Cutting, sanding. Yeah. So yeah, I'll cut some of it. And still have this. I might just cut it. The thing is, I don't really have sheet metal to weld here, so I don't want to do too much cutting. I cut that piece off, which I'll be welding here. I might weld another piece down here somewhere just to reinforce it. As you can see, it's real rusty over here as well. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove your headlight. It doubled up in the screws here, I don't know why. But to remove either headlight, either tail light, it's the same. It's an 8mm socket, which thankfully it's loose, because you will need the long sockets for these. So remove the headlight just so I can take a good look at all that rust and how it affects the inside of this. And this way, because like I said before, what I'm gonna be doing is cutting this off anyways, but I'm not doing it right now. So right now I'm just gonna treat it, paint it, so that when it rains, water doesn't come into the trunk, because I want to hit it with the bed liner, the whole thing, the whole inside floor, all the way to the trunk. So once I do that, I'm gonna rewire the car. Once I'm done rewiring it with the 2004 Acura RSX wires, I will start working on the body and the outside. Because right now I'm trying to get the headlights. And I'm hitting it like this because somebody put glue all around it, I guess, so that water didn't go in. But just get the proper gaskets for this, guys. As you can see, the rust is here too. So I will take off this corner piece as well, which is this 10mm screws right here. I think that's 10. Let me see, 12. No, yeah. So 10mm screws right there. Like I said before, this is a car I'm planning to keep for a long time, so I want to make sure I do this properly, because in 10 years, 15 years, I don't have to come back and redo this. So It's worse than I thought, but I could work with it. It's not that big of a deal. Just treat it, paint it properly. That way it won't come back in the future. Some thick layers, some thick coats of paint so that no water gets to it. That's the key of this stuff. This is not too bad. I'm gonna be putting custom tail lights. I'm not gonna put the regular tail lights, so I will have to do some cutting for the custom tail light to fit. So none of this is really scary, but if you were gonna keep the same tail lights when you're just trying to fix your car, you want to do the least amount of cutting and trimming and stuff like that. You want to try to keep all this the same. Like I said, I'm customizing everything, so I'm not really worried about it having the same shape and whatnot. Now all these little rusty parts that you see, I will be sanding down and I will be painting them, just so I don't have to worry about them in the future. Anything that gets scraped like this underneath your car, what happens is when it gets scraped to the metal. So when water hits it, it starts to rust. So anytime you scrape underneath your car, like let's say you lifting it with a jack and you happen to scratch it and you know you scratched it, just hit it with some basic black paint or something, just so that water doesn't get to it. Take your time, do it properly, and that way you don't have to worry about it in the future, you know. That's how you take out that corner light right there. So I'm gonna continue with the sanding. Just want to give you guys a little update on what is going on. All right. So what I ended up doing was cut a little bit of the fender. I was gonna cut it anyways, so that I could cut off all the rust that was in here. So I cut all the rust off. Now all that right there is just dirt. I thought it was rust, but all that is dirt, which I am gonna clean nice. Same thing on this side. Cut a piece of the fender off. Since, like I said, I'm gonna do it anyways. You can see how much Bondo and stuff they did. They didn't treat it this properly, and this is just trash. Good thing I'm gonna cut it off anyways, but that way I was able to get all in here, so I could treat this. And like I said, I'm probably gonna weld a few pieces here just to cover all this up, and here most likely to cover that. And eventually, like I said, it's coming off anyway, so I'm not gonna go too crazy with this, but I will treat it and just put something over it for the time being. The next few weeks I'll be finishing this body up, so right now I just gotta finish the trunk. Once I do the trunk, the wires, like I said, after the wires, I'll start working on the body. So let me cut that piece off, sand everything down, and start welding. All right, so after cleaning and sanding it, I welded this piece on. Not the best of welds, I'm not a welder. Like I said, I'm not a mechanic. I'm just doing it to cover this hole, take all the rust out. Now what I'm gonna do is throw some fiberglass over this, except on this little piece right here, because I still gotta weld the piece here, but I want a fiberglass back here and this first. If I weld this, it's probably gonna be impossible for me to get back there and whatnot, so I'm gonna do that right now. I'm gonna fiberglass it all the way up to here, and I'm gonna weld this piece, and then I'll finish fiberglassing it. And then I'm gonna sand the trunk down, and I'm gonna fiberglass the rest of it. In here, these pieces over here, and in here, I'm not doing yet, because when I start doing the body kit, I'm gonna cut those pieces off for the white body. So that I'm gonna leave like that, but I am gonna paint it so that water doesn't get to the metal and makes it rusty. So I'm gonna fiberglass this, weld that, sand everything, fiberglass it, and then paint it. And then I'm gonna empty the whole thing out. Most likely tomorrow, empty everything out, and I'm gonna hit it with the Raptor bedding. So let's go. So I'm hitting this up with the rust former to treat it a little bit, just in case there's any rust in there, even though I took it all off, but still. Just want to make sure, you know. Certain spots I can't get to, so this, so hopefully I can coat it a bit. Same thing with all these other spots that I sanded down. Not that many places, but still. I'm gonna hit all this with sandpaper until that's nice and dry. Well, once I do the fiberglass here, I will sand the rest, all this paint, take the shine off, so that when I hit it with the body, the bed armor, I can stick to it well. I think it said something about hit it with 180 grit sandpaper. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna fiberglass these. I see how you got these holes right here. This is what the water usually just sits. That's why that whole side ended up like that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to level this out. So if there is water that comes in, it will either push it this way, or I will push it down, I guess. I don't want the water just to sit here. So my main thing is to level all this out. So if water does come here, it'll go into this hole right here. And then there's water over here, it'll fall in here. And it'll go in through this hole right here, which I'm gonna re-drill. For some reason there's glass stuck there, I don't know what's going on. But yeah, I was thinking about opening this hole up. It's pretty big. I don't know if I want that to just be open like that. All right, just fiberglassed it, something light. It's pretty solid now. Just gotta trim all that off, something nice. Maybe hit it with a little bit of Bondo just to smoothen it out. Go to the inside. See how I put the extra? Extra is there so that it fills in wherever the water accumulates. So I'll probably hit it with a little bit of Bondo, certain spots to cover it nice, and sand it down. I like that's where the water accumulates. So I'll sand it down, and that's it. Take it from there. All right, so after sanding it with the 180, I wiped it down with alcohol, and now I'm hitting it. This is the first layer of primer. All the spots that you see that have red paint is because they had some rust. So I've sanded it down, painted it with primer first, then with red paint, then with clear coat. Now The reason for that is because the rusted spots, you don't want no water to get to them. And those are spots I'm not really gonna try to hit with the bed liner. So I covered them with the blue tape. Then I really, because I'm not, if some gets on there, it gets on it, but I'm not really gonna go that high. This is the first coat of primer. If you see, I try to focus on areas with the fiberglass is, because it's just a little tougher for the primer to get there. And the back, see, I hit it with primer out here. You see a little bit what the fiberglass is. This, I'm not really worried about it. Yeah, it's supposed to be straight. I could have brought the fiberglass down a little bit more, but I'm not really concerned with this because I might end up cutting it in the future anyways for the body kit. So all this and this I'll worry about when I'm doing the outside body. Same thing with this, I'll worry about that when I'm doing the outside body, because like I said, I'm putting custom lights, so I have to cut and weld stuff anyways. Right now my main focus is try to get this whole floor done with the bedding so that it's tough. That way, if there is any kind of leak from anywhere and it hits it, I don't have to worry about it hitting the metal and the metal starting to rust. So this is the piece where I cut it and welded it and then fiberglassed it. It's so secure. You can see it's not going nowhere. So this is, like I said, this is the first coat of fiberglass. Of primer after I fiberglassed it. I threw some fiberglass in here too, just so the water could flow here. Right now I got the car leaning back a little bit, so everything would be towards the back. That way when it's sitting normal and water comes, it'll slide straight forward to where the holes are. Now I still left it a little bit of an indent there. The water has been coming in through these holes right here that they rusted. So when I take this window out to change it, not because it needs changing, but because I want to get in here and sand that down and treat that and do it right, I'll take care of the spots where the water leaks in the inside. I'm also gonna seal this. I usually don't use an antenna. I listen to music through my phone, and if I do decide to put an antenna, I'll probably be stuck in the window somewhere up here or something, you know, with the little wire. It won't be the antenna itself. So like I said, this is the first coat of primer. I'm gonna give it another coat, and then I will start the process with the Raptor liner. I said I use the tintable too. I couldn't find cans of paint, so I'm gonna use the spray can. See how it goes. I'm gonna just shoot it in there for a couple seconds. Hopefully, I need about 2.5 ounces per container, so I use a little bit more than half of this for them. So we'll see how that goes. All right, so this is up to the second coat. Now I'm ready to hit it with the Raptor. I'm about to mix them, like I said. See how it goes. All right, so when you open this, it looks like this. You can see where the line is right there to fill it up with the activator. So I'm gonna fill it up to the line with the activator, and then I'm gonna fill it as much as possible with the paint and see what happens. I'm gonna do 2 at a time. So just in case I run out of one, I got another one ready to go. And there's like Pepto-Bismol pink. This thing's horrible. I'm hoping the white clears up and that it leaves me with a nice red, but we'll see. All right, as you can see, it is like a little pink. Back here I did use some black to try to make it darker, but it's still pinkish. See, it's like a bright pink. Overall, I covered it pretty well. Pretty happy with it. I used a bottle on each side. I used one bottle here, this section, one bottle on that section over there, and one bottle for the trunk. Now I still have a little bit left over from the trunk, so I'm gonna wait the hour, and then I'm gonna hit it with another coat. What I'm gonna do is, the last bottle, I'm gonna just throw straight black in it, so it gives me like a light gray color, and I'm gonna go real light over everything in hopes that it'll camouflage a little bit. And that's it. I mean, like I said, this is mainly so that water doesn't get to the metal, so it gives it some protection, and I think overall this will do the job. I will find out about if this is a paintable surface, if I could paint on top of this. So when I paint the whole interior of the car, you know, because I'm gonna paint everything when I take the windshields out, I'm gonna paint everything, all that. So I could maybe paint the whole thing over again. I will find out if that's possible. If not, you already see, because the product is a little bit white, it gives you this pinkish color. If you want to do red, if you want to do black, I'm guessing it's gonna give me like a little gray color. And if I do any other color, just as if you would mix it with white. So there's certain areas that are light, as you can see. So I'm gonna wait an hour, and then I will hit it with the gray, just light. I'll hit the spots that I think need a little bit more than others, and that's it, as you can see it. All right, so this is what we left with. It's like a, I don't know, like a brownish, like a light beige on top of that pink. I threw black on it, and then it was like a little gray, and then I threw a little bit of a gold that I had. So that's what gives it that color. You can really tell on the camera, but it's like a dark pinkish with like a goldish brown. Don't look too bad. I can live with this, I guess. Anyway, the carpet's gonna go on top, and then the seats in the back, so you're not really gonna see it. But the main purpose, like I said, to make it resistant to bumps or scratches, so that water doesn't get to the metal. That was accomplished. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove the tape, which they say to do it while it's still wet. Like that. Nice picture line. And that's it. That's the end result of putting the bed liner on the base of the car, like I said, so that it doesn't scratch or it doesn't rust again because of water getting to the metal of the car. You see, I took off the seat belt. So it'll be a nice clean job, you know. So I'm happy with it. Not the color so much. I wish it didn't have that white on the tintable spray, so that it could have came out a little bit cleaner. But well, not cleanable, a little bit more the color that I wanted. But besides that, it looks good. It will serve its purpose, and I hope you guys enjoy the video. Don't forget to subscribe, to like or dislike the video. Up to you guys. Like I said, I'm not happy with the color, so if you guys ain't happy with the color, neither am I. But overall, the texture of it and what I'm using it for, I accomplished that. So let me know what you guys think. Next, I'll be rewiring the entire car with the 04 RSX wires, and we'll see how that goes.